Hi guys and welcome to another rapid game. The game just started with the Italian opening and we tried to play very classical, play in the center, taking space if he takes, which he's supposed to do. Play e5, now he plays d5, we pin the knight, he will come here, we will take, and we have a very standard position in the Italian defense, and I will show you how to play it in the middle game. So knight e4 we take, now he has two options, giving the check or bishop b6, which is the main move. Let's see which one he will pick. Okay, bishop b6. Now it's very important that you don't castle too early, because often you want to take with the pawn on f3, and once you have castled, this is not as attractive as without having castled. So we start with bishop e3. If, for example, this move we just play h3, and if he takes, we take with the pawn using the open g-file for attacking purposes. Okay, and this is still a theoretical line. We are not afraid of this capture because it would open us the g-line, and we continue attacking some weak spots in his camp. Now his main move is going knight to d7, knight to e7, protecting this pawn. Okay, this is the first move, which I don't know. Let's see, what could we do here? First option is, of course, take. How is this structure? Can he ever push c5 later? I think that's what it depends on, if it's good for us or not. Well, maybe I can take and play knight a4. Then he cannot play this, then he could give a check, but maybe I just ignore it. But still, he gets some activity with rook b8 and my queen is not so comfortable. Not so sure. Okay, what are the alternatives? If I go here, it's usually running into some discovered attacks. How dangerous is it? Maybe not so dangerous, but I prefer this one. I still keep the attack on d5. And I think if he goes back there now, then he might have lost some time with a6, because in general I would go back anyway. Okay, bishop a5, interesting move. So first thing you always need to ask is, can you capture something? If I take there, what will he do? Maybe he will take here with the knight, threatening some discovered attacks. Probably it's working for him, because if I recapture, my rook is dropping. Okay, let's not allow this. But if I castle, I think he's more or less forced to take, because otherwise d5 now would be under pressure. And if he takes, we're usually already happy, because this pawn chain is very stable now and he cannot attack it. Also, this bishop might be a bit misplaced. Maybe we can already create something with a4, because b5 is a bit weak. And in general, on the queen side, we have a slight initiative, I think. We are very stable here. We have no weaknesses. While he has some weaknesses, there is a hole on c5, which we might put some knight later. But first, I think the most important thing is that we have some targets on the queen side, and he's already breaking down under the pressure. I think this pawn should be just for free. Now it's just a question, do we trade the rooks first? But once we consider trading the rooks, we might see that maybe we can even take the d5 afterwards, but we need to be a bit careful. If takes and queen d5, he might take on d4, which is very good, and then we would even lose, I think, because if we would trade the queens, then he would take here with a check, picking up the bishop and just then regaining the queen. So not falling for this one. In general, I think it's good to trade, so I would suggest we trade the rooks and then we take here. Now there are no discoveries. We're just a solid pawn up, and maybe we can try to trade the queens later here on the a file. So let's put the queen here. If c6, I just drop the bishop back, then I bring the rook, and then maybe he cannot solve this pin, because I would be happy about any kind of trade. Also, knight b7, I might just take and play bishop c6. Okay, he's doing this as expected. We go back. Maybe it's an option for him to go here immediately because his bishop might be so strong. Okay, doesn't do it. This move seems a bit weird to me though. Maybe I can attack it. Maybe I also can attack it this way, because the knight c4 is not possible any longer. I actually like this. He needs to go back. He cannot give me the bishop basically. Would be too much. And once he retreats, I bring the rook. And then maybe already knight b3 is on the way. Maybe not yet, but maybe at some point. Okay, bishop f5. Let's bring the rook. Maybe queen b4 is also a threat. Targeting this guy. Okay. Now he's in the pin. Let's see, what can we do about it? Note that knight b3 at the moment might run into bishop to c2, which is not what we intend. Maybe I can improve this bishop here. It's doing nothing. If I could bring it here, it would be excellent. But also, okay, he's offering a draw. That's of course not serious because we are a pawn up. Maybe I could play g4 even to make this bishop move away. And I think my king is still safe after that. Let's see. Let's play g4. I think he has no pieces around, so my king will be quite safe in some setup like this. Okay, bishop d7, threatening c5. Okay, fair enough. But can I play this move here now, since there is no bishop c2? If I go knight b3 and he goes c5, I might go bishop to here. Take, take. If he takes d4 then, I will just recapture. He's still pinned. I think this looks good. So let's go for it. He's still pinned a lot. Oh, there is one thing I now worry about a little bit. Still, it's not too late to correct it. If c5, bishop b5, he might have considered taking here. But maybe after c5 I can also go back. Okay, but situation changed, so we don't think about the position which was on the board before any longer. So now I think it's good to take. We trade a lot of stuff, okay. Can we win something on the back rank here? That's maybe even more interesting than trading. What will he do after rook b1? Cannot protect the bishop. Bishop needs to go back. Either a7 or c7. If goes to c7, then I win something. So he needs to go to a7. But then I can enter maybe anyway. I like my active rook there. So I will not trade the rooks, even though trading is not bad. Keeping the active rook I think is even better. I will just enter there. And after this it's not easy to find a spot. Maybe bishop e6. But okay, maybe I attack the c6 pawn then. And still his rook would be tied down to the defense of the a7 bishop. Let's see. What is he gonna do? I think bishop a7, no choice. This should be automatic. alternatives just don't work. I go there, might go there, I go here. What could he do then? Oh, rook b5, okay. This is just over. That's too much. Maybe I improve my bishop here. Also rook a1 looks quite attractive though. But I don't like the counterplay. If b4, now I take with the rook, and if he does it later, I will have my bishop there. He can trade some pawns, but not all of them. Once my bishop is here, it's stable, and then I will activate the rook and other bishop. Yeah, then I will activate rook and king. Okay. I will bring this bishop here. Also trading the bishops is, I think, quite good. Okay, we have control, we bring the king. Now we win a piece. That was quite fast. And take it. And now it's over. Resigned. Okay, thanks for the game.